Hi guys. Alright, so this is another installation, not really installation, another part of the daily series in October of me going through the writing prompts on my Discord server. So in case any of you guys are interested, links should be in the description. You can join, and then okay, I'll just go through the rules like briefly again. Basically you have to keep all your prompts to like one Discord message, no self-voting, and it resets every 24 hours, so do your best to do this thing. And I will be going through prompts daily, so which means that if you are gonna write in my Discord server, you also admit to allowing me, or rather you consent to allowing me to use your prompts on my live stream. So it's only gonna be for October, so my aim is to keep it below 30 minutes. But today I'm gonna be like having a guest over. She has not appeared on any of my live streams before. She's supposed to come in, but she's apparently not replying me, so I'm gonna do this solo until she joins. Right, so the theme is actually 13. So I know, not very original. Like 13 is some people's lucky number. 13 is also a universal unlucky number, I guess, for like witchcraft and whatnot. So I actually did learn something very interesting through this prompt that I will allow Dame Butterfly to share with you later if she comes on stream. So it's actually already started. I said the timing would be irregular, and I was right. I have to work, and things are not quite working out, no pun intended, as I thought they would. Today has been a little bit of hectic, and then I was like rushing to get through this stream because work ended slightly later. I was like running late the whole train today because rain happened, I was late, I spilled dinner, I did a lot of things, there was some kind of distraction here and there, and then I destroyed my hand as well. But thankfully I don't have to teach piano anytime soon because I stabbed myself while trying to open a bottle of water. So you know, like the plastic thingy that you want to actually remove. Yeah, I used like a fruit knife to open that thingy, like the top half of the plastic, and I stabbed myself when it kind of slipped. So yeah, I have a very magnificent cut on my hand right now. Don't ask me why, it just happens. So anyways, I'll just start first and see whether she wants to join. So to heighten the tension of this competition, I decided to actually drop mine first, like at the stroke of midnight. Not really, it's like 21 minutes after midnight. So this is 13, which was yesterday's prompt that we're gonna go through today. Today's prompt, you still have about, now it's 9, 10, 11, 12, you still have about 3 hours before it ends. It's called The Sloth Poltergeist, which of course I like don't have the time because I'm busy as heck, and I'm supposed to be writing the Technoblade fanfiction, but it's like 39 chapters and not ending, so I'm a little bit frustrated with that, plus my health is not on the hold up. So let's go through this. So 13 is a very wide kind of genre spectrum, and I don't have a need to, you know, explain it. It can be interpreted like any way, so I'm really looking forward to what some of these writers are able to do. Also, if you see that they are like the same authors over and over again, don't fret. It's because this server is pretty dead. I would just like to say that this server is pretty dead, so there are a lot of lurkers, there are a lot of people in there who are not active in a sense, if you get what I mean. Yep, so this is mine. I don't really have a title for it, but I guess you guys can read it yourself, so I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna skip over and go to like the next one. So this is actually Droopy's attempt of 13. So this is flaw 13. So avoid flaw 13. The graveyard custodian warned Drew. However, he only regarded it as something a senile old man would say. There was no flaw 13. How could he avoid it? This was the first time he stayed very late. Drew got into the elevator and pressed the first floor button. On the way down, he discovered he left his phone behind. Damn, I hate being a hermit. With his phone always on silent outside office hours, he often misplaced it. After all, aside from the senseless chats from his co-workers and urgent emails, he had no use for one. He pressed the open button to stop the elevator's descent. He planned to go back up again. Ding! The elevator stopped at the 15th floor, and the doors opened to let Drew out. However, the employee was not meaning to leave. It's just that the 15th floor was a vacant floor. There was virtually nothing on it but the leftover vending machine. Drew remembered that the last company that rented that place Drew remembered that the last company that rented that place had left the floor because of faulty things. The plugs would flood and the wiring would tear without anything touching it. They even heard how some lights would explode from the bulb, injuring the people underneath. However, none of those stood out to Drew. All that enticed him was the bright light of the vending machine. He felt so thirsty looking at the sweating cold cans, knowing that his coin purse was with him at least. He figured it wouldn't hurt to buy something. "Don't!" A woman's whisper came from behind him. Drew froze, knowing he was alone. However, the elevator door closed on him for taking too long. He rolled his eyes in annoyance, but he noticed how buttons still lined up despite the missing number. No, there were 2 missing numbers in the elevator. There were no floor 4 and floor 13 in the building, but there was still a 13th floor. Drew then felt how the car descend. Soon seeing 5 more people in the elevator with him. The woman looking at him smiled. "Thanks, that was floor 13. Right, so this is a very, I would say very R.L. Stein kind of thing. Yep, so in any case, Dame Butterfly is with us on stream. Can I just do a voice check before I let you live? Unmute, do a voice check with me. I heard feedback earlier. Yes, I heard feedback earlier. Is it okay now? Are you using like headset or like, are you on phone? Okay, well, since it's your first time on my... Okay, no, the feedback is terrible. Feedback is terrible. Are you sure you're on headphones? I'm hearing myself. I mean, I have to talk before I know. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of fixed, right? So I don't know what kind of magic you pulled, but that was great. Okay, so I'm gonna let you loose and live. Say hi to all the viewers on my stream that may or may not be viewers anyways.
Hello. I just killed my headphones, so we'll see if this works.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, yes, I am Dame Butterfly. I am, I don't know, part of this crazy stuff, and I love it here. I'm a writer on web novel who also deals with ADHD and autism, which, you know, kind of complicates writing, but I love it. And at the same time, it makes me have, I guess, a crazy ability to have zombie hands that allows me to write 100 words per minute some days. And other days, I procrastinate the hell out of life and I write 5 words in an hour.
Okay, for those of you guys who don't know who she is the legendary sprinter. Let me just show you guys the record. Okay, sidetrack for a while. Okay, this record over here is in like a writing war zone. Okay, this is like for the secrets of the writers, like how we get productive. It's all in this room. Alright, so there's this bot called Sprinto that actually does something like a Pomodoro timer. So it actually allows you to join and then sets a timer. And then when the timer is up, it pings you on Discord and like what's in. So you can see everybody's progress. Like for example, Aina's progress in 15 minutes was 210 words. That was actually good, right? So this is like the outcome. So they divide like 210 by 15 to get 14 words per minute. So this is kind of like the average writer, right? And then I'm somewhere in between this speed and 30 words per minute, depending on if I have work calls. And then on good days, on sprints, I have like what, 40-ish to 50-ish. And then Dame Butterfly over here, it's like a crazy maniac. I pinned it for like the record. It's like 102 words per minute. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's just because all my points, all my like ability points went into sprinting and then nothing in the technical or other aspects.
Right, so it's like, well, what was that sprinting game? Was it 15 minutes or was it 5 minutes?
5 minutes. The less the time, the faster my fingers go for some reason. I think it's just that desperation to hit the point before the time ends.
Does it make sense? Is it coherent?
Maybe.
Alright, in case you guys didn't know, okay, she's actually one of the people who participated as well, and the one with missing word syndrome.
Yep, that's me. I'll come up again and again.
So missing word syndrome over here. Right, so okay, I skipped mine. I just finished reading Droopy's. I haven't like given any. Alright, how about maybe you want to give certain like opinions on what your fellow writer has done, like on this floor 13th thing. Like, what do you like about this?
The thing I always love when Droopy writes is really the flow of the words and the pictures that they're able to paint. That is one of my favorite things. It just, whenever I read their writing, it's like there's life that's breathed into it. I'd say about this one for me is like I really loved everything. The ending, I don't know, it didn't have, compared to the first day writing pub and the second day, to me, it didn't have that same little bit of magic at the end. It's like everything up to that point was absolutely fabulous. But I don't know, just something felt a little bit different about the ending compared to the other 2 days. 2 days. 3 days?
Okay. Right, so accurate point. Okay, I want to just point out for the viewers here. Okay, maybe you can learn a little bit. So Droopy is actually an expert at horror, and I actually love her very refreshing sense of dark humor. It's a little bit
Yes.
sad that she hasn't really explored much into this yet, which I obviously want to encourage. So the one thing over here that actually what Dame Butterfly is saying, that this thing lacks the magic at the end, it's called the punchline. So when we are doing horror especially, or action scenes or comedy scenes, it is the one thing that makes the punchline weak. The pacing wasn't there. So she actually drew it out, like the tension slackened the moment it was here. Right, so you can see this is foreshadowing. Okay, you have trouble with foreshadowing, so learn. This is easy foreshadowing. Say there was no 13th floor, how could he avoid it? So this is a foreshadowing that it exists. Right, and then after that, the one that actually gave it away here, that slackened, like make the tension slack, is here. So there were no floor 4 and floor 13 on this building, and tang. This drags out the pace, and it gave away a little bit too much before this revelation comes in. The revelation comes in at the end there. It gave away a little bit too much over here. So if you were to remove this, right, it might be a little bit better to rewrite this work here. So that is the tension, what I call pacing. You need that in order to deliver very strong and haunting horror stories, which is why R.L. Stine is one of my favorites. But his books are really too freaking expensive. 200 over of it. I was telling you the other day, like yesterday, I said my bookshelf is broken. Even if I had the money to buy it and ship it over, it's like my bookshelf is broken. I might have to sleep on them.
I just need to buy a new bookshelf.
I can't. Do you see my room? I think I took a picture before. It's like there literally is no space for any more furniture over here. By the way, my dislocated shoulder is still dislocated. I might have to go and find a chiropractor soon. It's not putting itself back. That sucks.
Please do, because the whole writing and using your hands things can become kind of troublesome if you don't take care of yourself.
You might not have come in from the beginning, but I was saying I just stabbed myself with a fruit knife while trying to open a plastic bottle.
You stabbed yourself with a what? A fruit knife?
Yeah. So
don't use fruit knives for that.
So the other hand is fucked now.
Yeah, you need to... Yeah, I'm gonna wrap you in bubble wrap still. That's the only option.
That kind of sad, but sure. Okay, so this Droopy entry. Okay, Droopy is like the forerunner in... Oh my god, I did not write the points here. Okay, I'll do score tallies later on. I promise. Okay, maybe I'll do it like towards the end of the stream because I'm so confused right now. Okay, Droopy is like the winner. Like
she's a front runner. Yesterday, she had 11.
I did not update the 3rd October one. Okay, I'll do it like at the end of this stream thingy. Okay, so Droopy is like the forerunner in this competition so far, so looking good. Right, and then Sakrishi actually took our advice, like my advice from previously, and then tried to do something a little bit more creative. Okay, there are things I love and there are things I hate about this, and I think Dame Butterfly knows it. So what's the one thing that is really jarring to your eyes here that you see?
What is it? Is it the...
Sakrishi's poem.
No, but I'm actually feeling that one this morning.
What's the one thing that bothers you most?
Is it the way it's all put together without the spacing?
No, the one that we agreed on. It's grammar Nazis.
Oh, that one, yes, that one. I thought you meant Droopy still. Oh, yeah, then lack of capitalization.
Yeah, okay, so for Sakrishi, please put your capitalization. I don't care if this is like a different kind of sentence. By the way, there's no such thing as I as a small I if the I is a pronoun. So no forgiveness here. Yes. I will penalize. But then you made 13 as a very abstract form of poem, which I like. There are 13 words to this. So if you don't believe me, do your math. I'm not the math expert, okay? Dane Butterfly is the math expert. I can't put two numbers and compare them properly. If you see my second channel, you will know what I'm talking about. Right, in any case, so the capitalization, please make sure that you do a capitalization. Okay, and another thing that might actually improve on this is a staircase. So you put this and then you put some space and you put staircase here and then the next word and then the next one and then the next word. That would have been aesthetics. Just personal methods.
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay,
I
and then,
really would. That. Yeah.
okay, this thing over here, I don't quite like. Does the message make sense? I feared the depths of infinity before meeting the cosmos in your eyes. Like, what theme is this? I have no idea. It sounds really random to me. Like, it's fanciful words put together with no real meaning, I guess. You might make it more interesting if you can make this going down a word. Kind of like fire breathing tortoise, you know? Like fire breathing tortoise, but in 13. Like, spell a word. That would have been more interesting. They're just my opinions of it. So Sakushi is actually one of the wild horse. I say like the dark horse or the wild horse of this competition because they are constantly evolving and coming up with new things that I like to see.
Yeah.
Okay, except they need slippers sometimes.
Don't we all though?
No, not everybody. Not everybody gets the smack from me, like deliver slipper smack to your face kind of thing. No, not everyone. And Sakushi is one of them. Dame Butterfly is one of them as well. Okay, this is your own writing, right? So I was so confused. I was like, this is like a bakery, and I was like, where is the 13 in this? So could you explain to all the uneducated audiences of what a baker's dozen is, like me? Like, I didn't know this.
Yes. So a baker's dozen is actually 13, and that comes back from Old English back in the days when bakers end up baking more than one piece of, usually generally bread, but it could be another baked good to produce extra to avoid going to jail for them not having enough food. And so then it just kind of stuck as a baker's dozen. It can refer to donuts, bread, other sweets.
Yeah, so initially I thought my math failed because I remember that dozen is 12. So I went to confront her. I was like, hey, where's the 13 in this? And she was like, oh, a baker's dozen is 13. I was like, huh? Hold up a damn second. So I went to Google, and indeed, it's actually 13 for only baker's dozen. Baker's dozen is a different kind of dozen. So apparently the story is like, what was that? Some kind of king was offended that people were selling less food for the price that people paid. Yeah, and then the bakers were like, to avoid going to jail or death sentence, they were like, okay, I can't measure it out by the grams every single fucking time. I'll just give you one free that confirm more than the, you know, it's like more than the required amount, so that they are not actually, inverted commas, shortchanging people who buy bread from them. So that's how the bakers doesn't came about, which honestly is very weird because 13 is such an odd number. Your baking tray is by like the even number, is it not?
Yeah. Well, when you do, for most everything, when you do cupcakes and muffins and things like that, there's always 12. And most cookie sheets can only fit 12 cookies and such, unless you make them really small.
Do they actually still do baker's dozen now? If
Yes.
You go to Dunkin' Donuts, it's like, give me a baker's dozen. They give you one free?
No, it's just they charge you for a baker's dozen. They don't give you one free. It's just however the price is. I think it's like 50 cents per donut or something, or $1. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I've went, but it's still a baker's dozen.
Feels dirty, but sure. Okay, I'm not too happy with that. Right, since this is your masterpiece, okay, your masterpiece, do you like to do the honors?
I can try it, and if I do a bad job, you can just smack me with a slipper.
It's your first stream. I'll give you a discount. Air slipper, air slipper.
Let me know if I need to stop or pause, or if you want to make commentary, but I'll get distracted and just keep going.
No, I will just roast you after you finish reading.
Okay. The bell above the bakery's door jingled as a rather apprehensive woman entered. Glancing around, saw the bakery to be barren despite the smell of fresh baked yeast filling the air. Just as the woman approached the counter to ring the bell, the sound... there's missing word syndrome. The sound of rummaging came from the room behind the counter. I apologize for the delay. fiddly bits can be difficult to deal with. One baker's dozen per request. An old woman in a tall baker hat appeared from the room carrying a flat box. The baker set the box on the counter, a large dark red 158 stood on the otherwise pristine white box. Opening the box, the baker handed Lydia an extra donut with the recommendation that she give him a try. The deep-fried, fluffy golden, cherry-filled morsel begged to be eaten, and Lydia obliged as she bit it in half. Like a small stream of lava, the vibrant ruby-red filling flowed freely into the woman's mouth. "Oh, Carol," Lydia cooed as the rich cherry flavor rolled over her tongue. Staring down at the donut, her eyes bore a level of affection reserved only for one's most beloved. Attempting to compose herself with a sniffle, Lydia wiped her eyes with her free hand. Once her eyes were dry, she cast one more affectionate glance at the fluffy baked good before devouring the rest of it. "Oh, I truly can't thank you enough." Lydia's eyes glistened with unshed tears. The old woman beamed at her. "It's my pleasure. I hope the rest of the family enjoy them as much as you. On Carl's behalf, let them know to reach out should they need my services." Turning, she grabbed the box of baked goods and handed them off to Lydia. With one more reminder to let close family and friends know of her services, Lydia left after thanking the baker again. The baker surely hoped her latest customer remembered to spread the word. Otherwise, how else would she get new customers? Dead men can tell no tales after all. Neither did the fluffy, scrumptious, jelly-filled pillows they were made out of.
Okay, so before I start roasting you, one thing to note, your intonation of reading has to be a little bit more dramatized if you want more expression. Right? That
Yeah.
one thing. Okay, another thing, services. Not services. Services. You tend to swallow in the words when you are saying. So if you're looking for that. And then the other one, where the 158. Okay, this part here, if you put that many commas, make sure you don't run through the commas. Otherwise, just remove them. Like me, I detest commas. So if you read like you detest commas, then just don't write the commas there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
No, don't keep that in mind. Now reflection time, okay? When you rewatch this stream later by yourself, which I'm sure you will, then you will come to cringe at yourself. Like DHG was like, oh my god, it's like cringe fest. Yes, it's right. Okay, so you know missing word syndrome is one of them. Okay, now point out one very glaring thing that you did not follow in all the things that I've said before.
Is it the transition is still failing?
Are you guessing or are you telling me?
No, I'm telling you because that's what I felt when I read it.
Transitions are fine this time.
I don't know, when I was reading it, it felt a little bit choppy.
No, this is a one scene kind of thing. It's a one take. There is barely any shift of view, so there's no transition in between this. It's okay. Transition is not a problem here. What is the problem?
Then I'm not sure. You're going to have to smack me with a slipper.
Air slipper time. Okay? Right, so do you realize that you are using a lot of passive when you are writing this? You're putting the cart before the horse.
Because I'm still at the failure phase where I don't double check my passive before I'm writing. And I obviously don't read enough to notice it.
Okay, just to let you know, there are a lot of passives in writing. Okay, when I say passives in writing, it means that you are taking a detail before you're zooming out. You're supposed to take a wide view lens and then zoom in to the focus, the subject of focus. You did not do that. For example, take the third line here. Just as the woman approached the counter to ring the bell, the sound of rummaging came from the room behind the counter. Okay, you want to put it the other way first. Okay, for me, I will put it the other way. Why? Because your camera, okay, remember I say camera, I'm talking about mental TV, okay? Like when you shoot a movie, it's the same. You don't really follow the woman to the counter first. You actually take the camera and look at the other way so that you see the woman not from the back but the front coming to the counter, but you are actually closer towards the back of the room where the sound is coming from. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, so
that makes perfect sense.
This is the example of what I think you can improve on. So like when I say perspective, especially when you write, you have to think of it. So like when you shoot a movie, you don't shoot a woman like walking towards the counter with her butt, right? You want to see her face and her reaction. So while she's doing that, you actually have something at the back there to actually give you like a 360 surround sound kind of environment that you can set. You can even write out a smell. Okay, you write here, despite the smell of freshly baked yeast filling the air. That's just one line. Okay, and then door jingle. This is sensory, hearing sensory, and then all these things. Yeah, so you try to put a little bit more sensory things, but they don't really gel together because it's just one. When there is one sentence, there's one sensory. One sentence can have more than one sensory.
I see you're saying. That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, right, so
it's a flow. The flow is still a problem.
Yes, that one is the flow called pacing, also known as pacing. So you can work on that a little bit more, right? It's a little bit draggy. Okay, some of the things don't really have to be told. Like I previously mentioned, some of the things don't have to be told for a reader to be able to relate to. So this is something that you should be working on. No need to explain or justify yourself. People can relate to it here. Okay, so now Venus is a little bit insane, so I'm just gonna honestly skip this because why? Pertilon has become like his serial series in this prompt competition challenge thing. So he's not really like Sakurishi or like Druby. He's not really like looking to expand out of his comfort zone. So I'm not gonna say anything like writing is good as usual. Okay, it's very web novel style as usual. It's something that he is, well, comfortable with and confident with. So I'm not gonna go through this because there's nothing new to talk about. Everything he knows, he knows. Everything he doesn't know, he still doesn't know.
Like you said, it's just very matter of fact. Like,
it's a fact, right? Like, take a look at this. Is there anything down here that is worth criticizing? No. Is there anything here that actually is worth loving? Not exactly either.
No.
So it's okay. It is acceptable, but it is not something that is good enough for me because I am someone hard to please. Is why I single Pringle. Okay, so Pertilon wants a break. Okay, god damn it, Pertilon kicked the area in again. Bam 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 bam. It's very similar to what he has done so far. And this is a very web novel thing, okay? For readers or viewers of my stream who don't know, this is a very web novel kind of style. Alright, and then all these, yeah, it basically is web novel. So I'm not going to comment much because he told me, he was like, I'm gonna take on the challenge and make a universe for all of this. And I'm like, okay, you can try, but Pertilon is probably not going to. Let me just show you guys what the next one is. So you have the sloth poltergeist. I don't know how Pertilon is gonna make like from this place of going on a date to sloth poltergeist, and after the sloth poltergeist it's going to be the left hand has a left hand. So I don't know, maybe Pertilon is growing a left hand tumor, I don't know. Okay, Venus wants to try, so I was like, I will do the best to break your brain. So yeah, that's gonna be it.
And I'm not going to give any ideas on that either.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he can do whatever he wants to do. I'm just going to watch you, like, you know, and like secretly laugh. No, not even secretly laugh, openly laugh on the stream.
Yeah.
Right, so we will do another one. I'm not sure if Dame Butterfly can make it. I probably won't be doing it like at night though, because at night I kind of have something on. Like, I will be dead tired at night. Tomorrow is like a busy day, even though I'm supposed to be off. I'm not off at all. Right, so tomorrow's stream would be unplanned unless you want to. Okay, never mind. No, impossible. Tomorrow's schedule is impossible. Right, so whenever it is, so maybe I'll see Dame Butterfly here again, or any of my Discord writers. You guys want to come on? Okay, you can do so, right? It'll be fun. So for Sakurishi, okay, you're not on Wi-Fi, staying. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So I'm actually trying to do daily uploads. It's like 28 minutes. I made it. Okay, I'm gonna.
You did it.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, thanks for coming on. Okay, ending this stream now. If you want to join, links are all there. Help yourself. I'm not gonna stay for any longer. I need to freaking write. Okay, bye.